the suspended Chief Justice, Madam Tokonu. There are so many people making noise about Madam Tokonu's suspension. And they be a kanwaha. Obia ni Ghana obetumede emra ashe onwankasa nensa, including the President of the Republic. Say obia sebio emra yenam emra kwanso eyino say ombedi Ghana dwumadie bi. President Krampo entumi emfa onwane pe enkasa mapamono. A chair president no etie ofa emra kwanso. The president needs to work within the law before even Bibi Sakrampo betumi see. It is not that easy for anyone to just get up and say, oh, Mr. President, you hate the Chief Justice, so get rid of the Chief Justice. It doesn't work like that. That is why all these weeks, and our months here, I can say, nobody has been able to come out from the NPP or whoever is against the suspension of the Chief Justice. Say, the Chief Justice, basically, what the President is doing is against the law. Because the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, every single step he's taking, we're making sure that constitution na we di saimra so. Enti people should understand to say bibi ankoka bibi nka bibi. Now a lot of people have made arguments. Adentina Chief Justice no, Adentina in Sembien, there's nothing. She's done nothing wrong. At the end of why some people try to play everything down. Omo person bibi looking so simple. But the petitioners no, omo petition a petition a year the president, there are a lot of things that the petitioners brought up. In fact, tonight I'm going to show you some of the things the Chief Justice did and why, as Ghanaians, we should be worried. And if she is not the Chief Justice today or she has been suspended, majority of you guys shouldn't be complaining. The Chief Justice, Madam Tokonu, abused her office. She actually abused, and you see, something called conflict of interest is very dangerous. It is next to nepotism. You see, the root of corruption is conflict of interest. Say the juma di ma na say o position bi na say sa position na wo no o abuse sa position no e bia sa position no o de sa position ye nyome bia e be favor wo ho ana e favor wo ba. Sometimes the crampo no, you don't have to be directly involved in that act, but you being in that position alone, you need to have that that authority to stop anything. Enti obi disa John Mahama waka say na aban mu on person ne ba ebeji contract on person ne ba any aban ebe adwuma bia on person ne busuani bia eba be aban adwuma, because he knows say even though no omo the right to also go seek for their contract, the position as the president, his son today say the contract ebia 10,000 Ghana Emma John Mahama ba. Every single MPP member or Ghanaians, we all will say hey, because John Mahama position or no, sa position alone, it can influence that process. You don't underestimate a conflict of interest, and when people start to complain about amount for positions, omo edi nyomebia. Now, Madam Tokonu, your friend aka Osono Mame, so many things AC. And then me betchaw adia ba kubi. Omaya no muye dede say, Madam Tokonu nyehwe, we a regular Ghanaian like myself. Right? Now munsha adie. Now this company, your friend company way, and I want you to follow this conversation very well. Very important to me. Me betchaw company be. Company way, you register company way 2019. A Dina a fair company, we have Design 37 Limited. Design 37 Limited. I'm going to take my time today and a Friday. Say it's enough. There are a lot of stories we need to do, but I'm going to take my time for us to do this story. It's got to do with a Chief Justice who has been suspended. Now, a company where you registered in 2019. Mr. P, Mr. S, team. All right. Now, interior design and furniture designs. Now, a company way, some interior designing. Be a friend of furniture designs. Now, OSHA registration number now is CS098 422019. You see, on this platform, the reason why we have millions of Ghanaians watching us every single day is because Asemi Bekimbia, we back it with facts. And today we are doing another story on Madam Tokonu, and we want Ghanaians to understand the reason why majority of Ghanaians listen to this platform. Make sure the reason why Madam Tokonu, she's not supposed to come back as the CJ of Ghana. She's not. Now, company way, you registered in 2019. We should address the shower house number BAE 2920 near the place, 16th Street, Bashona. I want to register a company, no. Now, so Oko company no more. Oma company no eyo omudia and our directors of the company. So we share document America we are company 2. You will see this. Mami and large na obia hu bi sene be ya enye te se me nko na mehwe. When omo directors of the company no. You were Adam Sarah Amega Tokonu or ye Ghanaian director marketing. Adam Sarah Amega Tokonu ono na ye director marketing. Sa company ne registered in 2019. And ye wo eye Serum Francis Afi Tokonu ono so eye director and designer. Serum Francis Afi Tokonu ono so ye director and designer. And ye wo Serum Francis Afi Tokonu osa ye secretary and designer. Inti company no, the director and the secretary no, one person, your friend is Serum Francis Afi Tokonu. And the marketing director no, your friend no, Adam Sarah Amega Tokonu. Now, so company name you registered in 2019. Right now, Mamwati say omo directors of the company. Nipa na mabo mudini nyina, you heard it. Now, Mamencho Adebi, a company. Sa company way, obebuta say e den omo ye. Sa company way say omo beye edwuma bi ama Ghana. Now, omo je contract every the judicial services war. Contract and say omo say omo ba be refurbish judicial services no, omo see new lounge, any omo library, omo be refurbish no. Now, a dear medical no say or the owner of the company. Serum. This Serum lady onye. This one is called Serum. Ono na mi bo ni din echere musisia no. So she is the owner of the company. Serum Frances Afi Tokonu. She is the daughter of the suspended Chief Justice. Company na make a lady way dia. This lady or the daughter of Chief Justice Madam Tokonu neba. Company na make sure no. The owner of the company, this lady, her name is Serum. She is the daughter of Madam Tokonu. This company I'm talking about, the judicial service. Madam Tokonu no. They gave this lady's company a contract. Now the contract was to fix the judicial library, build a lounge and decorate the lounge for the judicial services. Inti, we have established, this company was actually registered in 2019. It belongs to the Chief Justice's daughter. The Chief Justice's daughter and on the company, at the end of the day, the Judicial Services Sa company, contract to decorate the Judicial Library and also build a new lounge or redecorate a new lounge for the judiciary. Now remember, Serum, the daughter of the Chief Justice, Tokonu, Madam Araba Tokonu, Nebabani. That's her daughter. Now, what are some of the items? Girl way company and a lady way company. Enya contracts na or say, or they ba eba bedeng, or they eba be renovate the the Judicial Library, and also the lounge for the judiciary. Remember, her mother is the Chief Justice. Time we win the contract, we know none of my men Chief Justice. Now, these are some of the items onya contract no or say or toya or the ebeden or the bedi jumano. Inti sa osha some of the items they be near. Now osha items na. Bidin can remember contract so, but I'm going to show you how the whole thing went down. Oto judges reading room or renovate oto akonya bako 3,000 Ghana cedis. Oto or say desk. Oto be 1,900. Sorry, I hope maybe I'm getting it wrong. Oto be 24,000. Or say lounge in Kunjani be 240 million old Ghana. And now oto nyamani be 42,000. Or say a Kunja it be lounge wo. Oto desktop computers be 23,000 Ghana, 230 million old Ghana. These are some of the things contract or state say obeto edia renovate the judges lounge and also the library, the judicial library. And remember, contract where we win and a Chief Justice. Now osha flower pot be or the car ne contract no or say obeto edia renovation or to ebi 1,900 Ghana, to Ghana and 19 million. Oto bibi to say in Kunyabi and also to be 6,500 Ghana, 65 million old Ghana. Oto tables be 32,000. Bibi to say curtains, blinds, or to be 7,000, that is 70 million old Ghana. Any a whole lot of things or say na obey you see I change the face of the judiciary or my library, any their lounge. Now, you have published it on our site, loudsilencenews.com, and also on our Facebook page. Now, let's go into the wagon. I know, Mr. S, I'll go in there. Remember, sir, contract na a lady way, and the Chief Justice, no. Contract na ye demand a restrictive tendering. And I say, because a restrictive tendering na yama obia kwan emanang ambede. Contract am de betchero no. Unya who cost a contract in a sum, total sum. You don't have it. You have no idea. I'm going to show you. But I want you to understand, say, Madam Toko Nubano, Nebaba Serum Weno. Yeah, man, the contract no, na a restrictive tendering. Meaning, yama obia who kwan say ombede for that contract. Technically, your friend no. And on unko buy any time sika man say contract no. So obi say onya priority, onya special treatment. Na ma me na the Chief Justice and the contract we man no restrictive tendering. Into obi an na mpre ho. Ayo unko she is the only person they gave the contract to. These are some of the reasons why I say Madam Tokonu should not come back to the Supreme Court. She needs to understand. If she doesn't, there are a lot of damage. Now, may I go into the contract. Now, these contracts are quite interesting. Team. Now, my team is saying I should read restrictive tendering as otchere and so you move forward. I guess this is the only story we are doing today. It's a now, you guys are restrictive tendering as otchere saying this is restrictive tendering. Restricted tendering is procurement limits. Restricted tendering in procurement limits the competition to a select group of suppliers, contractors, or service providers, unlike open tendering. This method is used when the procurement subject is highly specialized, requiring only a few qualified bidders, or when evaluating a large number of bids would be disproportionately expensive. It's also known as limited bidding or selective tendering. So when they say restricted tendering, it means say it is limited to a few people, and in some instances, they have to be experts, people who have the required knowledge. Our expertise exceptional, and omutuminya sa contract restrictive tendering. Just say ye biema nipa kakra bi anaka sometime krampo no ye mbie kura ma nipa bebre ye biema company ba akopɛ. It means say answer this Aremeyaw sa company no na sa company no edwuma no omu nim edwuma no omu experience no. In fact, company bia entumi mma embe den enne omu be compete for that contract because omu expertise the omu nim no about 90% of the companies omu be competing omu nim. Enti yebese akire wase eno ka ho de sa contract we ema Madam Tokonuba serum. Now, yanko into the contract. Follow the documents very well. Now, OSHA document where a was screen this, let me enlarge it because it's always good when you can see what I am reading. This is a letter. Design 37 Limited. Enya free judicial services war. Now, redesigning of judicial services libraries and creation of judges lounge. In the contract, they say, obe designing a judicial library. Na wasai create a new judges lounge. Into letter na we forward herewith our bid into letter way na Madam Tokonuba extra edekoma the judicial secretary say omo bede for this contract say omo be redesigning the judicial library and also omo be recreating a new judges lounge. Madam Tokonu chief justice no ne ba no extra letter say contract bi ono na obetuma ye no otra command Madam Tokonu office say sa contract no wa bid for contract no. We forward herewith our bid for the above tender for your consideration. Having examined the tender documents, the receipt of which is hereby duly acknowledged, we the undersigned offer to redesign. I'm sorry, let me take this again. This is quite faint. Now, Uridia Seneka, we forward herewith our bid for the above tender for your consideration. Having examined the tender documents, the receipt of which is hereby duly acknowledged, we, the undersigned, offer to redesigning of judicial services libraries and creation of judges lounge in conformity with the said tender documents for the sum of grand total for redesigning of judicial services libraries and creation of judges lounge including 2 years warranty 456,456 Ghana. Now, Madam Tokonuba Bano extra letter. Basically, catch Madam Tokonu office say, omo di omo be da bromo, omo don be da tum say, omo be redesigning the library for the judiciary and also a lounge. Now, Sika omo say omo de ba be sa contract no, 456,000. Titigana Sika no, 4 billion. And na ode ba be renovate library no, na omaye some lounge be ediama judges no. Inti letter way free Madam Tokonu back ne ba your friend Serum company ultra letter way ediakwa comma ediakoma the judicial secretary. Do you remember the judicial secretary? She is the lady Madam Tokonu suggested me Akufo Addo say on Fanenko Supreme Court That is the lady recently or resigning here as the judicial secretary. Let me show you her picture. Eti Madam Tokonuba no, she is writing this letter to the judicial secretary or yet the secretary to Nemame. This woman. Eti letter na Tokonuba no or trakoma Madam Tokonu secretary. Say contract we contract inti munhwemu na momfama ye. Na ni nyina be cost 456,000. Titigana sikano 4.5 billion. This is the woman. Maami we ena Tokonuba no extra letter na koma no. Sa time no na judicial secretary. This woman. On say recently, Madam Tokonu call suspension on also can say we are resigning. This woman. Syria Pamela Granting. Time and now Madam Tokonuba extra letter we at the judicial services no. Or then the secretary to the chief justice. Judicial secretary no onye we resign and say the madam call suspension on also are resigning. Into the banner letter no, the letter was directed to this lady. Say ya the bed atum ya pese renovate library no and library renovate ya pese ya lounge account ni nyina be cost tetigana sika no almost 5 billion. Okay. Let's go back to the letter. Now, Usha letter na. I wasn't done reading the letter. Usha letter ni here. With steady amount of money omube here at the ISR contract. No? Where Madam we are talking about conflict of interest. The reason why some people are making noise here, because Madam Tokonu is not supposed to come back to the Supreme Court. Now, who read the letter? We undertake, if our bid is accepted, to deliver the goods and services in accordance with the delivery schedule specified in the schedule of requirement. Or see, someone a bid way too ma into letter way or throw a comma judicial secretary. Sa time no na oye ne maame secretary. Say mo the bid way maya. You be make sure say ejuma no you be ne pepepe. Oba se wa or say thank you for inviting us to take part in the above mentioned bid. Enti judicial secretary no, judicial services no, and we invite you almost form bid in betum. And omo bid kotumu. And omo bid no there 2 for renovation and also the lounge, you know, is going to cost old Ghana no 5 billion. Where Madam Tokonu, the Chief Justice neba. Syriam Tokonu, and the bid atum ama ne mame office. And DNC. Me enko enim. Team, stay with me. So, uko the correspondence or the letter will come out judicial secretary, no, obviously or definitely the judicial secretary would tell the boss because the judicial secretary cannot take that decision alone. It means she has to go and discuss it with the Chief Justice because the Chief Justice is the head of the judiciary. And who was the Chief Justice? The Chief Justice then was the lady who was saying, give me the contract. And the Chief Justice. No. So do you think, say, sa contract, no, Syriam will not get it? Because what your letter come on mame, and what mame say, mame deal of 4.5 billion old Ghana. Now, Osha the ACHRA, this is what happened after. Now, so check a document where let me enlarge it. Na kwasi bi mbeka Kevin Taylor or Dada Ghana for. So on the 17th of October, September, 2024. September, October, November, December, naka 4 months, ema yako twaba. Naka 4 months, ema yako twaba, ena Madam Tokonuba starte a bede for this contract. Naka 4 months, ne yako twaba. Now, uridi a memorandum to judicial service. Letter ninye. The procurement authority, judicial service, no, for day. Sa letter no de coma procurement, director of procurement. And technically, judicial service for sa bid no, and de coma procurement. That means, omashe obane bid him, Chief Justice ne baba bid no, and for de coma director of procurement. Inti for de call procurement authority. Now, again a procurement authority extra buy. Almost J bid no document no ede no mu ye. This is the response from the Procurement Authority. Memorandum. Recommendation for award of contract, redesigning of the Judicial Services Libraries, and creation of the Judges Lounge. 17 September 2024. Again, a procurement. Your Ladyship, we refer to the Public Procurement Authority approval for the use of restricted tendering method for the redesigning of the Judicial Services Libraries and creation of Judges Lounge. The Procurement Authority say, oh, Madam Ladyship, letter Chief Justice. So, Madam Chief Justice, in fact, ya approve. Company and why they Madam Tokonuba edia. September 17th, 2024. And a procurement to Trobeka a Chief Justice through the Judicial Secretary say they have approved the contract. Now, the procurement department has completed the process. Messiah Design 37 Limited has been recommended by the panel for consideration for contract award in a sum of 456,456 Ghana, including taxes. Respectfully, find attached evaluation report and the award of contract letter for consideration. When the signing here, Austin Evans Kanyoke. It's letter de buy no. Bid in the beka ne ma mensano. And for the call procurement and a procurement on the 17th of September, 4 months to election. Approve almost 5 billion old Ghana cedis contract. Edema Madam Tokonuba. Say onkoye the library renovation and renovate or redo a lounge for judges. Almost 5 billion. 4 months to elections. Can she do that? So you now understand why AFenyo Markin is backing a lot. There's a lot in there. There's so many things going on and you have no idea. Now, did it end there? No. Yenya Butre, Obiam follow me. Gidi gidi nimo. Ye chere Ghana for the reason why Chief Justice Madam Tokonu is not supposed to come back to the Supreme Court. Never. This is clear, just a conflict of interest. You cannot. Moses Sammy Gyamfi akwache onwani sika 800 Ghana. We show obi okruma man 800 Ghana. Bone yate ase. Yate ase Sammy Gyamfi made a mistake. Why bone? Ya kasa nanim. Chief Justice the contract man ne baba. For almost 5 billion Ghana cedis. What to work out them say? Minjai we the man can wansem. Sammy Gyamfi ko ne ye no koshia obi no wache ni sika. And you say, oh yeah, ban when the part in the position, no, it is sent or yes, I didn't know bedroom. You know, I can't name Anna. Ya sorry, a beer to Yan from you way compare. Near heard and also could jail in there. But I don't want to go there. I'm asking you a simple question. Ain't it amateur letter no every a year procurement, no? Procurement so they reply by say, Yajatum. In fact, contract now almost 5 billion. I'm from Madam Tokonuba. Syria. Okay, Yanko, what happened next? Now, the managing director on the same 17th now, don't get this wrong. I'm sure idea. On say, she let away. Letter na free procurement to buy na omo approve letter no on the 17th September no. The same day. Another letter came through now here. So on the 17th of September 2024, and a procurement for the letter by say contract ya hwehwem ya de amano. Madam Tokonuba ya de amano. That's cool. Now here. On the same day, the 17th of September, the same 17th of September 2024, something happened. I'm sure idea. Let me move it up so that be able to mark. There is a letter. The managing director, Design 37 Limited. Award of contract, redesigning of the Judicial Services Libraries and creation of the Judges Lounge. The Judicial Secretary, to Madam Tokonu actually wrote a letter the same day to Madam Tokonu Bano, telling her, say, yenya response a free procurement. Today, they are writing the letter to Madam Tokonu Bano. What did they write in the judicial service? Letter Omochro Koma Tokonuba. Procurement approval on the 17th of September. The same 17th of September, Madam Tokonu Jinaso Aremeyaw letter command Bano. Letter away free judicial services. PDWKS 3524. Dear Omochro no letter. Let's read what they wrote in the letter. Letter Omochro Koma Madam Tokonu Bano company no. Technically, this is to notify you that your quotation dated 5th September 2024 for the redesigning of the judicial services libraries and the creation of the judges lounge has been accepted. Almost say, all bid now the buy on the 5th of September. Remember, Madam Tokonuba Serum, the company now your friend, Design 37 Limited, bid, the command judicial services are head on the 5th of September. On the 17th of September, and procurement approve the same 17th of September, and judicial services led by Madam Tokonu through her secretary wrote to Madam Tokonu's daughter, say, your letter you submitted on the 5th, the bid, it has been approved. This is to notify you that your quotation dated 5th September 2024 for the redesigning of judicial services, libraries, and creation of the judges lounge has been accepted. Consequently, you are requested to carry out the redesigning works based on the attached priced bill of quantities and scope of works. 2. This letter is coming from Madam Tokonu's office to Neba Company that you have been given 5 billion, almost 5 billion contracts. September 17th, aka 4 months near Tuaba. Now, second point, this is what it says. This is technology. The total contract price is 460,456 Ghana cedis, including taxes. Almost 30 the contract sum, total sum, almost 4.6 billion old Ghana cedis. Yadi ama Madam Tokonuba. Nema me sa actual letter man say yajo contract na tun. Point 3. You are to proceed with the necessary action for the execution of the contract within 4 weeks in accordance with the specifications agreed upon. Payment will be made after satisfactory completion and certification of work done. Okay, point 3 now. Almost say a year payment no obubetua after Madam Tokonuba no aye contract ne wie. Point 3 no almost say specifications somebody amano no sikana aye almost 5 billion no oye contract ni nyina wie ometam sikana mano. So there's also another twist there. Did she complete the job? Has she completed the job? Has she been paid? Was she paid after the job? Or she was paid after the job? Because we want to know, was she paid after the job was done? Or she was paid before the job was done? Because point 3, as stated, you are to proceed with the necessary actions for the execution of the contract within 4 weeks in accordance with the specification agreed upon. Payments will be made after satisfactory completion and certification works done. They wanted to make sure certifications and completion and everything is done before payment is done. The question is, was all these things done before payment was done? Who is this? It's funny. Now, Yanko point 4. By a copy of this letter, the manager, Law Court Complex, and the director, estates are to provide the needed assistance for the execution of the works. Please ensure that the works are executed within the agreed scope and report on same following completion of works. In terms of culture, no, making sure say you not the 4 weeks aye you 1 month. What the 1 month yes renovation redesigning of the libraries so. Just redesign the libraries. Table way see where the coffee table see books way fakoshaha. Na ye redesign the lounge. 4.6 billion old Ghana. Redesigning and you're building a new library. You see redesign the library. And a lounge. Baby I judge for me din no kind book bi obi anye dede ebi om pe coffee kakra no manom. Eno na ye almost 5 billion. A redesign. Me cham the reason why Madam Tokonu say anka or legitimate and or kanu kra anka so resign kra ansa na committee we atrase. On kanu kra nti na oda ho nam ho so ope court akono. She's a liar. She did a lot of damage. And she covered up a lot of things. Now, point 5. Please note that a revised work plan for the execution of the project is to be submitted to the undersigned through the director estate before commencement of work. So, Ushenipa or signing sa letter we are Justice Sarah Pamela C.A. Kyeremanteng, Judicial Secretary to the Chief Justice. Then, I am Madam Tokonu. This woman used to be the former girlfriend of Akufo Addo. She used to date Akufo Addo. The former Judicial Secretary, Pamela. He used to date Nanado Dankwa Akufo Addo. Then former girlfriend. And the Judicial Services or Judicial Secretary to Madam Tokonu. So Madam Tokonu writes a letter through her secretary to her daughter that we have given you a contract. I have given you a contract. Make sure 4 weeks you do the contract. This is 4 months to election. We were struggling to get money to feed women. Ghana. The dollar was almost 18. The government, they were telling us COVID-19, Russia, Ukraine. They were giving Madam Tokonu's daughter almost 5 billion to redesign libraries. Did it end there? No. Let's move forward. Because end of Friday. Now let's go to the next thing that happened. Team, are you still with me? Obiati asye. Saani ebe no. Ebe ne kakran kakra. Obiabeti asye o Ghana. Now, after Madam Tokonu office ankasa cho letter command the base contract the amount almost 5 billion fano. This is what happened. Now, Madam Tokonu Bano, in less than a month, you catch and say, Onya Jumani Nyenwe, until in some fruit, Onya Bibia. In less than a month, she's back demanding for money. Now, Uridia, she actually wrote a serum, the company a friend Design 37 Limited. They actually wrote the judicial secretary to be sent to her mother, Sadieng, and this was received on the 25th of October. Remember, the last letter, Omode endorse and answer Omoje contract is 17th September. This letter from a serum to her mother, the Chief Justice, through the judicial secretary, it was received on the 25th of October. Request for payment for redesign of the judicial service libraries and judges lounge. Because just say MPP is dangerous. How can you say I Kennedy Agyapong Bawumia Obodam MPP? So I read the party no. We have no idea. These are for what you say. Me and Bofo kakana man twino obi ate ase na ade akya kwase bi nkogina TikTok Kevin Taylor and nti na me yes because me pese Kwasi ebi kwa jina TikTok abedi matem be nkrata aba na menya time na mesa akenkan akyerɛkyerɛm. Mo MP before kwasi afo na mo nko school no mo mubi. Muntie me. Now request for payment. Afei na ne ba no giska. Mo ma me do. Are they going to pay her? Let's see. I hope this letter finds you well. I am humbly writing on behalf of Design 37 to formally request for the payment of 456,456 Ghana for the redesign of Judicial Services Library, Law Court Complex Libraries, and the Judges Lounge, which has been approved. So now, Akorano, on your contract, no. But in less than a month, Wababak say, you approve the contract, pay me the money. Or instructing the mame through the secretary that my contract has been approved by my mother through the procurement, and it came back to my mother, and my mother told me that it has been approved. Now I am back. Pay me the money. The project has been planned to meet all required guidelines and budget. We are confident that with the timely disbursement of funds, we will be able to complete. Listen. Let away free. Madam Tokonu Banho, Syrian company, no. In the letter, your trophy judicial secretary office, Nema Metroman say, this contract needs to be completed in 4 weeks before you are paid. Now, Akurane Kachire Nema say, through the judicial secretary say, the project has been planned to meet all required guidelines and budget. We are confident that with the timely disbursement of funds, we will be able to complete the outlined objectives. Or see, contract today and Saka, by a catch them say, Sani and Mokayano, said you might deal with your bet my contract 20 minutes in the Naswa. I was a Sikana ba. Says Sikana ma. And ya dear you bet to me, I ye a Juma way it was ye. Meaning, they are asking for the money. Are they going to pay her? Her mother is the Chief Justice, Tokonu. Are they going to pay Tokonu's daughter the money? There are people who did jobs for the government, road contractors for 8 years. They were not paid. Some died. Madam Tokonu's daughter put a bid in less than 2 weeks. It's been approved. Or say, pay me the money now so that I can do the job. What shall letter command through the judicial secretary. Now, please let us know if there are any additional documents or information required to expedite the process. Thank you for your attention and support. We look forward to your favorable response and to the continued collaboration on this important initiative. Yours sincerely, K.A. Ketali Abdullah, Secretary, Administrator, Design 37 Limited. So talk on Uba, mutual letter command ma me per contract. Na ne ma me afo de co procurement. Na procurement for aba say agiatum. Na ne ma me aka say approve. Na ne bana sa aka che de ma me say yiska. Hey Ghana. This is the Chief Justice I'm talking about too. Madam Tokonu. Obi to say adentina ye tata Tokonu. Udim the Tokonu aye. Yes, so me Gyamfi akọ eyi na wako share obi na wama ni sika. Ye ntiase fine. Maybe the judgment there was wrong. You can compare we. I'm not here to justify Sammy Gyamfi's actions. I don't want a problem. He can go and drink poison. I don't want a problem. But I'm making you understand Sibia Ghana tie. Now did it end there? Let's see. Pizza to phone Swami for. I hope say every single person is following what we are doing. So, if you don't know a year serum, she is actually connected to a year David Ajayi. The guy now, Omomano, a year cathedral contract, no. It is serum. She worked with David Ajayi's company in 2015 as an intern. Enti sa lady we a oye Madam Tokonu ba no. David Agyarko na omude eye cathedral design man no. She used to work with David Agyarko as an intern, not oye attachment. In less than 4 years, the intern is getting contract worth 5 billion old Ghana. What is the Ghana? Ukem. This is it. Onye. She used to work for a year. Serum Onye. I talk on Ubanini. Fefe. The dead. Mesa twaso. But me chro bibi. Me chro. You have not seen anything here too, eh? Boni AFenyo Markin mwedi ewo Ghana no. Anything I'm sorry no we demonstration say mama Madam Tokonu nko. Uni boni ebi wedi wa Ghana. When I hear people tell Kevin Taylor, do you know the damage people have caused in Ghana? And yet democracy, and consider the people be second year bomb in a tributu. And yet democracy. Obi Pempa Daswawo, Obi Nyebi. Yatam almost 5 billion Amatoko Nuba. She used to be an intern 4 years ago. Yawa road contractors for Ghana are buying 8 years in Tuamako, Ebiawu, Ose Bawumia Kennedy, and Kwasiafo anyway. I'm a Omo terminal report na mebo chiro no. MPP na me chiro no. Now yanko enim. Me wi ameba size pictures ni nyina so don't worry. Now ye wi we no. Yanko what happened next? Okachire ne maame office say she needs them to pay them no. E wana or issue invoice. Serum, the company, they issued an invoice of 456,456 Ghana, 98 pesos. Tete Ghana's Ghana almost 5 billion or issue invoice. Now you see it. Invoice in person Madam Tokonuba back to court and do what? We are conflict of interest. And you people are still working in Ghana doing demonstrations. Say Obi tata Tokonu. Unim dia Tokonu atraso. Because MPP for Monkwasi Aboni and Wedi. But you say Tokonu wa Obi to protect him. They bought Tokonu the records at Chiremo. This is Tokonu's second sin. But in the morning in Abba Chiremo with facts. Ya showed an ya dini ya shemo and I'm MPP for Mujimi ready for party. Enti Osa issue an invoice. Her invoice and so Design 37 Limited. TIN number C002520517X. Supply interior design to judicial services. Date 29th November 2024. Naka how many weeks near Twaba? 29th of November 2024. Na ye issue invoice. Na aka how many weeks? Na aka how many days? Na akoto about 7th December. A week or two to elections. Na Madam Tokonuba issue invoice of almost 5 billion old Ghana. You sit there and tell me this woman has to come back to our court and sit there and do what? The committee is not supposed to even sit. That committee now, Madam Tokonu case in this, they are supposed to today call it off and sack this woman. So after all this, Mobile say Tokonu can go back to our court. Why should Tokonu go back to our court? Seven days to elections. Not Tokonuba issue invoice. The money. The money under the table. What is MPP? Before Jimmy. 7 days to elections. na Madam Tokonu ba issue invoice of almost 5 billion old Ghana. Ne maame na ama ne contract. Ne maame na the Chief Justice. The Judicial Secretary can never make this happen without the Chief Justice knowing this. So this is clear-cut conflict of interest. Senka Madam Tokonu or China and kebe hangeno. Do you know that? Yeah. Say Tokonu. Suspended Chief Justice Tokonu. Senka or China and kenda na juinke acheno kebe hangeno. Komo ma de encheno, komi kuno. With all due respect. Yeah. Because that's how the law works there. Clear conflict of interest. Wash a yinewie. And you know the interesting thing? Company na me de kira wono from the beginning no. Ne mami enu na oho Edem and Serum. Owo mami ensa. E mami ensa na madam mami show ne mami ensa na picture. Mami show. Team let me get you their picture. So with there it's a public document. It is our company na. Omo te ye no. Madam Tokonu baba ko friend Edem. And a Tokonu baba ko friend Serum. Omumienu are on that company. Company ne mamienu ne dia. Let me show you. Let me show you. Our mamiensa. 2 and as our company ne omudia. Omuna yemo almost 5 billion. These are her kids. Our mamiensa. Ba a lawyer. Ne mani ne. Mami show. And yes, I before we knew so. Itimenka say. Oh. Team, I lost the picture. Mede ne ma. Is it? I think there's it. Yeah, I have it here. Sorry. Tokonu. Keep both. Tokonu nembanie. You see, Serum and Edem, they are directors of the company. Design 7, DNDN. These are her kids. Now you see it. And yet, something, they know what they are doing. Now, so I'm a Chief Justice, what will make you want to take a contract from the Judiciary Service? What will make you do that? I'm the head of the judiciary. What will make you go open a company in 2019 and come in 2024 and say, give me almost 5 billion to do a job for me, mommy? An agency that, this is the one arm of government. Your mom is the head. So I am deliberate. You see how they are happy? What is quite so? Olai to create doom. Odo kwasi adimi matem. And Madam Tokoni is always standing in church and preaching. The law is the law. Now, mama yanko enim kakra. So osha ne mana dia osha green dress no on na eye lawyer no. No, they osha grey no. They osha grey no. Yes. Mr. P. It's Edem and Serum. They are the directors of the company. In fact, Samisado call back now make sure company now. Make sure company document no. You better to us about you say detailing your maybe. On say make sure company no. Directors of the company no. On say edini nie. Edem Sarah Amega Tokonu. And you Serum Frances Afi Tokonu. And a Serum into omumienu and a company ni omudia. Bakuya marketer and a bakuya director and designer and secretary. Inti nembambie nu ebie company. Nembambie nu be a company no. Ena omudi akwa ne maame ho say my contract. Ena ne maame the chief justice say the secretary no approve and na ofan co procurement. Never enco restrictive tendering. Memo obia ne omompre. Ena procurement say oh, sa company we dey omo unique, omo exceptional and omo so approve here. And I'm saying the bread a CJ office. And I'm catching CJ say, oh, madam, Obano contract no, ya approve it on the 17th of September 20 2024. The same day, and secretary to the Chief Justice and Nema the owners of the company, no, extra come on, say, you know, ya approve it the same day. Now, does it end there? No. I'm sure I did. So, my show, the invoice from Madam Toko Numban Company, no. Now, after that, what happened? Documents in the dorsum. Now, this was when the director procurement in fact, this was when the procurement office, director procurement, actual letter, Ekoma Chief Justice, say, ne company, no, the 5th of November, into read letter where this letter, it was from the director procurement to a judicial secretary. And what's the subject? Request for funds, redesigning of judicial services, libraries, and judges lounge. Now, had date near 5th of November 2024. 5th. Your ladyship, reference is made to the award of contract letter number PDWKS 3524 dated 17 September 2024 for the redesign of the judicial services, libraries, and creation of the judge lounge. Following the issuance of the award of contract to Meza Design 7 Limited, the company has requested into him. When they sent the letter, you see, when they wrote the letter, timer, Mahamadu company no extra letter no. Extra letter no command command judicial services and copy the procurement. Into command judicial services no say Cecilia no ye win contract no sikasam no na judicial services forward day command procurement say sikasam na and a procurement ebetro ediama ebetro on the 5th of November. Edema Ayedian, Chief Justice, say, following the issuance of the award of contract to Meza Design 37 Limited, the company has requested per the attached letter that they will require early disbursement to proceed with the works. In the time, Nebano extra letter come Chief Justice through the Judicial Secretary, no, so omu demand early money. What the procurement authority time encourage letter come on Chief Justice through the Judicial Secretary say they also forwarded the letter to procurement. Now procurement responded to Chief Justice I say over the 3rd paragraph I say in the circumstances we wish to seek approval for the release of an amount of 456,456 Ghana including taxes to enable the company proceed with the works. It's in a mandatory letter. Madam Toko Numba mienu extra letter come Judicial Secretary. Almost I catch up mama say they need the money, but the contract states say was somewhere there. They insisted they needed the money, and Madam Toko nu forwarded the letter to come out procurement, and the procurement say money some here can there and the many yajatum momo muska almost 5 billion into almost treaty Bibia as an emergency. Was an urgent deal. It was so urgent that procurement wrote back quickly to the Judicial Secretary through to the Chief Justice through the Judicial Secretary to tell Nkorane say, oh, the Mokaneyate, you bet Jessica this is here. Nkorane ma Judicial Secretary no pressure. Judicial Secretary through the Chief Justice no ma procurement pressure. Procurement say ate madam, ya this can be my woman no. Into letter no say in the circumstances we wish to seek approval for the release of an amount of 46,000. Inti Judicial Secretary for no letter no come procurement. Procurement actual letter come Judicial Secretary say right now no they are also seeking for that money for the mano. You get it? And you see the damage they do. And then you say, Bonnie ya Bonnie. Sammy Gyamfi na kodi ni nkwasi asem. And a Ghana for Munya na asemoka. Me, I'm not going to sit here and defend Sammy Gyamfi. That's not my job. It's his own job. On one action. I will not sit on a platform and defend Sammy Gyamfi on anything. No. But I want you to understand, say, there are more pressing issues we need to deal with. As far as you are over 18 years, you should know your actions, what you will do. But there are more crazier things to deal with. People are supposed to be jailed. Madam Tokonu issue, no, and not just suspension. No. Her license is supposed to be revoked. She's not supposed to go home with a dime. Yeah, one of the Chief Justice of Ghana destroy the judiciary. From what I am reading here, no, Madam Tokonu should not go scot-free like that. And it's in the MPP for a year the day. They know lots and lots. Hey, when Bonnie AFenyo Markin with. Do you know the damage these people have caused? All that they are doing is to protect their crimes. Now say NDC about government 5 months grand year. Udim the ABC. Do you know what is coming? NDC about power. ND 5 months. NDC it's power. ND it's power. ND 5 months. The level of crimes they go NDC for national. They have not even touched 1%. Do you know what is ahead? Do you know what is ahead? You have no idea. Now, Yanko enim. Wait, conflict of interest. And think a committee no motina sa Chief Justice. They are not supposed to work. They are supposed to sack the woman. They are supposed to sack her. Her kids are supposed to be. Yatiane Akufo Addo ne yire ne mba. Rebecca Akufo Addo ode ne mba. Omu be a foundation and omu beji sika di ye nkwasiafo ni nam Ghana ha. Ye nyo omu hwe. Ye ti krom ha. And Akufo Addo, Rebecca Akufo Addo, oni Akufo Addo ma e be a company. My sister's keeper. They took money from us. And then kwasiafo we demonstration ka kire say yama MPP mbra power. Adanya bodam ni Kennedy Agyapong or true for bodam ni Bawumia, they can save us. These people, do you know the damage they've done? Huh? Where Madam Tokonu sin two. Made the scandals bebremo, you'll be shocked. Baby, they are more serious stuff than this. Anytime who MPP for no mu Jimmy or Mohua, and I'm to be stressed. I'm say, hey, Madam Tokonu is coming back where? Opa, allegations are when Kwa alone, she's not supposed to sit in the Supreme Court or a Chief Justice. This alone, what I'm showing you Ghanaians. Now yet Ghana near Mami we sabetna Supreme Court Chief Justice. Nay board them. From what I am showing you, are we not mad? Say you better allow Madam Tokonu to come and sit in the Supreme Court as the Chief Justice.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.